Yeah, am I blonde? That is the question I'm trying to solve with this video. Some of you may think, what the fuck? He is obviously not blonde. That is what I thought at the beginning of this video, until some girl told me my hair is considered blonde. Well, I bet against that, so we will see how it goes. First of all, let's review her presentation about why my hair is blonde. She correctly says on the first page that the hair color is decided by two pigments, which is eumelanin and pheomelanin. High levels of eumelanin normally suggest pretty dark hair, like black. Low levels of eumelanin support brighter hair. And then added to that, with high levels of pheomelanin, your hair is considered more red. So, am I blonde is decided by the eumelanin levels in my hair. So, for classification, professionals standardize the hair color from 1 to 10. Numbers 1 to 5 are normally pretty dark colors. Numbers 6 to 10 are lighter colors, like blonde. So she thinks in this easy language I am type 6, which would be dark blonde. She's also getting pretty cocky at this point already. She says she's chilling. I'm not so sure about that. Her last slide, are you blonde? Am I blonde? Well, she thinks I am. I've wasted her time and I should compensate her with the bet we made. My research bases on this particular paper, which describes the same thing that she just mentioned in her presentation. In this chapter, they say that black, dark brown, medium brown, light brown and blonde all have basically the same levels of pheomelanin, but they have different levels of eumelanin. Then they go on to say that medium brown hair has approximately 47% eumelanin, light brown has 40% eumelanin and blonde hair has about 23% eumelanin. Red hair is the only phenotype that contains comparable amounts of eumelanin and pheomelanin, and yeah, that is why it's not very common. So, I like science. The most scientific way would be to send in my hair to a laboratory and get it checked on eumelanin levels, but that is a little bit complicated and takes a bit of time. So I've did something else. I've made a survey on my Instagram account and we can look at the results right now. We had 25 people participating, 15 of which were men and 10 were women. We can see that with the blue line, an overwhelming amount of people said my hair is brown. Out of 25, 16 said brown. We had those 3 with light brown and we have 19 out of 25. Which is more than 75% saying that I have brown hair. What I thought was way more interesting is how it looked for men and women differently. So if we look at the green lines for men, from 15, 12 said I have brown hair, 1 said I have light brown, 1 said I have brown blonde, and 1 said I have dark blonde hair. That is quite interesting. For women, it was a little bit different. 4 of those said I have brown hair, 2 said I have light brown, 3 said I have brown blonde, and 3 said I have dark blonde. So it is very even, very level, which I thought was really surprising. For men and women, such different counts. I actually made some research into that as well. Men and women scientifically see different, especially women use more words to describe different colors. They have more variants of words to use to describe color. I've looked into another paper and they were trying to find out if men and women actually see differently in specific regions of color, and they said especially in the green and blue color, everything in between, women are better in describing those colors. They are more nuanced and use more words to describe the specific color. That for me is quite interesting. Now, is my hair blonde? As we can see over here, we have 75% of people in general saying my hair is brown or light brown, and only 25% of people saying my hair is brown blonde or dark blonde, not really blonde. Like those people in between brown blonde were not really sure what they should vote on, so they went with both. But it is pretty clear my hair is not entirely blonde, and it is also not darker than brown. Nobody said something like black or something. So how do we decide if I actually won the bet? I think there's no chance blonde wins in any way. But did I actually win? I was very surprised by the answers that I've gotten in the survey, because I also was of the opinion that I have clearly brown hair. Then I realized, okay, it is very different for man and woman, since she, the other part of the bet, is a her. I can see that it is a little bit different for her than for me, for a man. But there's actually another thing I wanted to bring up here. There were actually two hairdressers I've also asked. One participated in my survey and the other one I've asked directly because she's my hairdresser. We can jump back to the presentation of the person I bet against, because it will actually help me. Looking at this slide, we can see easy language on the right. This is the level system I've been explaining about. And the one hairdresser actually sent me back that I am not dark blonde, my hair would be considered light brown. And the other hairdresser that took part in my survey said that I have brown hair. So those two are also females. Do they weigh more than the other participants in the survey? I don't know, but I think it is better than saying I have blonde hair. In the end, it goes to show that there can be different views on reality, and they might not even be wrong. I'd like to use the example of red and green blindness. If a person says this wall behind me is red, I'd say, yeah, you're colorblind. But for this person specifically, that is the reality. Like, he is just told he's wrong because it is the perception of the rest of the world that that is green. So we tell him, you're obviously wrong because all of the rest of us say it's something different. Still, his reality is that wall might be red. My point with that actually is we should trust in what more people say, and since I've asked a lot of people in the survey, I think that just says brown is the color my hair is, and well, I thought you're chilling after what I just brought to you. I think you're not chilling anymore. Thanks for the win. I'll take the crown. See you.